I think I'm live. Hello, everyone. Chat is hopping. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Let's see. My camera was all messed up. Let's see. Oh, how about that? Is that better? That's a little bit better. All right. Welcome, everyone. We already got 11 people. That's freaking amazing. So I figured I'd do something a little different today. For starters, I'm starting an hour early because Stevens and Kelly aren't going. And then I got the brilliant idea earlier that I had a little bit of time. So I was like, all right, I'm putting away all my fish. I'm going to run to Home Depot and I'm going to buy a rack because I suck at carpentry. And of course, I hit traffic. So my game plan was to hurry up, go to Home Depot, come home, make dinner, and stream. Well, I am a minute late because of the traffic. I had a snack bar and a little miniature soup. And then I'll eat dinner afterwards. All right, let's see. Usama was here earlier. He's probably not here now. Dr. Ted was here earlier. He's a nice guy. He's probably here. And then we get up to real time here. Welcome in, Cinnamon. Hope you guys had a good time this weekend, and thank you for all your help. Jody P. I'm so happy I got to meet Jody P. She's an amazing woman. She really is. She almost made me cry in front of over 100 people. We'll talk about that in a minute. Bob Metal, welcome in, sir. Good to see you. Yep, there's Dr. Tubb himself. I knew he'd be here. Eric Wyrock. I hardly got to see Eric. I don't know where he was hiding all weekend. But I got to see him and got a hug. And that's all that matters. Jody didn't know that Bob was there. You guys saw each other. I'm very confident about that. Brayton, I wish you were there. And Laura's there. Welcome. Jeff Kane. Hello, kind sir. Good to see you. Gonna take me a week to get my fruit fish room half decent. Right? I can relate. That's why one of the reasons I bought this rack. Everyone's saying hi to everyone. Ain't that the freaking truth? True story. Big Sexy, welcome in. Fuzzy, got to meet you too. Okay, Scuba Stevo, welcome in. Richard, welcome. Did you get sleep Sunday night? Damn, yes, I did. Yes, I did. All right, there's Tanya, welcome. And there is Small World Aquatics. It's probably, I'm going to go with it's Jen. No, it's Scott. Hold on. They told me. Who was it? I don't know. It's one of them. I think it's Scott. I'm going to go with Scott. Let's see. Scotty put Cinnamon, JC, and I to work Thursday night, sorting through. Yes, indeedy. I put everyone. Mr. V, welcome in, good sir. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a bit. That's why Bob Doom and Goldfish were special. He saw them in person. Yeah. And let's see here. And all right, now this is my stuff. I'm caught up in chat, and Scott or Jen, there it is saying hi to Cinnamon, but didn't tell me which one it is. Rude. So rude. All right. Let's check over here on Discord. I believe this is probably the notification. All right. Yep, there it is. Oh no, poor Mackie. Mack's upside down in the picture. Stupid thing. Okay. And let's see here. Jenna's here. Steven's here. And it is Scott. I was right. Is next year on the schedule yet? Yes, sir, it is. The save the date is on our social media. It's actually been there for a while. Okay. Let's see here. There we go. I'm caught up. All right. Everyone's saying hi to everyone. All right. So we have a lot to talk about. We do have a lot to talk about. I don't even know where to start. I guess let's talk about some numbers. So I don't have final numbers yet. Tanya had to unfortunately go visit some family in the hospital today. But I have some tentative ballpark numbers that I can report on. And we did a lot better with data this year. Tanya was leading that up. Jenna was helping out, and of course the rest of the team. And we were a lot better at tracking not just the welcome table, but overall a lot better this year. So I got some good numbers. And again, these are tentative. So here's what I can tell you. Going into the weekend, we had 324 full weekend registrations sold, 21 singles, single day, and 410 for an all-inclusive number. That was going into it. At the end, we had at least 300. Make sure I'm saying this right. Yeah. 377 registrations. At least 377 registrations. And an all-inclusive number of at least 752. Which is freaking insane. Now, let me see here. I can't really put my wife. At least. Some additional numbers I know. Friday, we had 122 walk-ins into the fish show, or the vendor room, and the fish show room, both. Saturday, 220. And that is, get out of there. That is just wristbands, 220. This number does not include, and we don't know this number, and nor do we really have a, I don't think we have a way of doing it, at least yet. Ooh, that tickles. Freaking Cheddar's licking my toes. Don't you bite it, you little. So yeah, we had a total of 342 wristbands between Friday and Saturday. And we sold 32 registrations during the weekend alone. And that's a minimum number. There's more than that. We know that. So 377 registrations, 752 all-inclusive number. Let's talk about some comparisons. 2024, we had an all-inclusive number of 594. So we beat it, which is freaking insane to me. And we also exceeded our registration number as well. I got to double check. The number, I believe, was 340 or 350 something. But we had 377. So the number's higher. That's all I know. That's all that matters. Fish show entries were up by 10. Vendor room. Let's see here. 67 spaces, but we changed the design. So it's hard to really give an accurate number for that. But we did better. I don't even want to get into the auction yet. All right, let's see here. Let's catch up in chat. Oh God, I'm behind. All right, here we go. People are saying hi. I'm starving. Who won the People's Choice for Aquascaping competition? By a lot. That's a key part. Oh, Jenna. Good answer, Steve. Grant, welcome in. Good to see you. Laura got to meet Cosman. Yep. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. Zenny! Can't stay and can't hear. I'm eating dinner with Miss Nancy B. Don't be. Oh, that's rude. I get back, Shutter. I really liked the new spacing in the vendor room. So that is something. Actually, let me. Please provide feedback. What did you like? What didn't you like? How was the hotel? How was everything? And with that, not today, but it's one of my goals for tomorrow to at least create them. We are going to be sending out the surveys to whatever email you registered with. So we want all the surveys back. We really do. It's very important to us. We make changes based on surveys if possible. What are you doing? You need to stop. You need to stop. Come here. Come here. Don't bite me. Ugh. Okay. Say hi to the people. Okay. Okay. Be a good boy. But we really value your feedback. That is super important. So I am glad to hear that you like the spacing in the vendor room. That was something that it was, I believe, pretty sure that was Jenna's idea. And I really agree with it. John, Select Pet, welcome in. Just got home, putting fish up so far. Just lost some Cuban Limia and an L46. Yeah, I lost some as well. Sue Harkey, welcome in. Sue, don't forget, in about 3 weeks, my fish are okay, but the fish room is loud without being there to do top balls. Oh, yeah. And there's Nick. Welcome in, Nick. Nick is probably going to be streaming right after me, unless he decides to start while I'm going. Grant, are you going tonight? No AC on the first night sucked. Yeah, I have that in my notes. And as I was checking out on Sunday from the conference rooms, Sunday night, I met it was actually the sales director who was working the front desk. And I had a pretty big conversation with her. And she gave me her card. She wants to be included in my email that I usually send after at the event every year with my feedback. And I think it's good, especially this year, now that we have that new point of contact at the hotel, that she's included. But they apparently just hired a new HVAC person. Hotel was awful as ever, but that's okay. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's okay. They need to hear, and we have some powerful say in things at that hotel. They do a lot of events. They do. But we are probably one of their bigger ones. And I'm not saying we're the biggest, but we are one of their bigger ones, that's for sure. So they need to hear this stuff from us. So make sure you please let me know. Give me the list. Let's see here. Okay, go down. And she didn't allow the opportunity to slip by. She's very good at what she does. Diane, welcome in. And yes, that is Jenna hit the nail on the head. I think the vendors should be required to stay till the end. Being wrapped up and gone by 4 o'clock should be penalized. Wait, what do you? Hold on, I'm trying to figure this out. Being wrapped up and gone by 4. Oh, so there were vendors that left at 4 instead of 6 or 7, whatever time it was. Nick, my goal is to go until 8. However, it may be less. I don't know. I do want to go over the auction and stuff, so I might be able to go till 8. I don't know. Okay, very true, Jonah. I'm glad we were able to help. I appreciate everyone's help. It really helped a lot. If you try to remind me I'm speaking on the 18th in Lancaster, I remember. Good job, Sue Harkey. I'm proud of you. I'm always afraid my suggestions will be taken as criticisms that I didn't like the event, but please know I greatly enjoyed the event and my time, except for getting sick in the auction. Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that. No, we like constructive criticism. There's stuff we can do better. There's stuff that people don't like that we can't do anything about. And we're looking. We want the feedback. Big Tall Whip, welcome in. The hotel has issues for sure, but I wouldn't say horrible. Yeah, but we do need to yeah, we need to hear it. Maybe if I was Club CCY, maybe I'd had first place. Well, the club affiliation has nothing to do with fish show entries. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. They shut down the sing along? Really? Okay, so let me ask some questions. Number one, what time did they do that at? And was it getting out of hand? Was it really just nice music and singing along? Or was there a lot of commotion? Either way, we had the whole damn place. I'm gonna put that on my notes. And please put in the chat what time that was at. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. I did not know that. Our room update was amazing, but hot water for a shower would have been nice. I think I probably already have that in my notes, but I'll put it in here again. I know I had to let it run a long time. Empty spots by 4 o'clock. Huh, interesting. Yeah. There's Dr. Ted. Hmm. Closing at 9 on a Friday and Saturday. Oh, the bar. The restaurant one. Okay. Yeah. 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 Brand's shrimp went missing. I really wish I knew when that happened. That's some key info. I really knew when I wish I knew when that happened. Was it Saturday night or was it Sunday morning? They had to stop at 11. Interesting. Um, Food and drink availability is a problem. Yeah, and we tried to help that by getting food trucks, and they didn't show. Not all of them showed. Some vendors sold out before the end and left. Oh, okay. They weren't given much time to close up, so they started early. I think that part is that they don't know how to read. So vendors had from closing on Saturday till 10 p.m. to clean up. Then again, Sunday morning from 8 to 10. It's plenty of time. If Jesse can set up an entire fish store basically in that vendor room and he did it in time, everyone else can as well. Yes, thanks to everyone who judged. Food trucks was a hit though, not too bad. Yeah, but it was supposed to be even better. And yeah, we would love to beef up security. The problem is we need people to do it. I do wish that the hotel restaurant was open at least every night. They were closed on Sunday. They've always been closed on Sunday. That's a tough one. Side note, you guys did sing me to sleep. Nice. But they gave us a 30-minute notice. They were very nice. Yeah, but if there was nobody else in the place, it wasn't loud at all, then there's no freaking need, no commotion. There was no need to shut it down. Not getting out of hand at all. Okay. Yeah, it was his ocean blues. If they received a noise complaint, but we pretty much had the whole hotel and we're exactly. In the past, I've been told that they like it. The girls working at the front desk like it. That irritates me. We ended with leaving on a jet plane and the wait. Yeah, so I was there almost till the end. That's insane. Lefty said his fish went missing. In the past, we have had theft issues in the vendor room. And that's why we are so strict with the closing times in there. And we pulled the gates down. Compared to hospitality room, said nope and turn around. Yeah, hospitality room. We gotta work on that a little bit. Too much party rather than hang out with fish folks. You hit the nail on the head. I agree 110%. Okay. My room wasn't far at all from the sing along, and I didn't hear anything, so it couldn't have been that loud. Exactly. Welcome in, Craig. Welcome in, Rebecca. I hope I'm not missing any. I hope I said hi to everyone so far. And Jody's husband, Sean, has a smooth baritone. He's such a nice guy, too. I like that guy. And he has a nice birthday. Okay. I think I said hi to Craig. Hi, Craig. Beto Great Lakes, welcome in. I might know about the shrimp. Grant said I could have his, and I sent Toonie to collect them. She may have got the wrong ocean blues. Okay, that makes me feel so much better. I hope it was an accident like that. That is good to hear. Okay. Excellent. I mean, not excellent, but still, that's good to hear that it wasn't malicious. I really hope that's the case. No, Branton wasn't there. He sent them in. Sketty Nona, welcome in. It was so nice to meet you. Okay. But then Grant's Ocean Blues would have been left behind. I don't know. But if Grant took shrimp, then there may not have been any. I don't know. Were vendors actually complaining about not having time to set up? Not set up, breakdown, I guess. I, okay, so I can tell you from the clash side of things, the committee side of things, the schedule this year for that vendor room was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. Um, so in the vendor room in the past, we have had issues with getting vendors out in time and getting the fish show cleaned up in time for the auction because we need all of our manpower for the auction. And when we have to continue to clean up the vendor room and finish cleaning up the fish show room, we can't get those people into the auction, or we got to stop and wait till after it, and then we risk the chance of getting charged. And this year, the timing was perfect, absolutely perfect. So I know some vendors hate that we were not open Sunday morning for business for them. But unless we get an influx of volunteers, it worked perfectly. That schedule worked perfectly for us. And I really don't think it hurt them because every vendor I talked to did great. Or was happy, I should say. A lot of vendors damn near sold out. All right, let's see. I knew they had plenty of time to close. I could have done it myself in less time. Exactly. Yep. No, I'm sure they. Yeah. Um. Okay. Um. Going, and it couldn't be heard in our room. I want to actually put that in my notes because that is valuable data. Okay. Let's see here. Maybe the girl at the front desk wanted to sleep. When I left this morning, she wouldn't even get up, just pointed to the key drop. Really? Okay. This is great information. What time do you leave, John? And was it the same girl? Uh, yeah, maybe she had a. All right, she had a bum leg. Still. Um, keep going. Trying to catch up. And that's why I wanted to do an extra long stream because I knew we'd have a lot to talk about. Give up on the hospitality room. That's been a train wreck for the last 2 or 3 years now. See, I think this year's hospitality room though was a lot better. I think it was a lot better. It got a little too wild, and I've identified some of the issues there. There's some reoccurring issues there, but excuse me. Um, I really think this year was a lot better. Okay. Um, towards a dinner of some sort. The the pro We did something similar before, and the cost is the hospitality room cost is less, a lot less, a lot less. Can be a good thing and can go well. It just needs some structure and help, but not the guarded, yeah, officers at the door like once upon a time. I really think if we did not have the music that came on, and there was one or two people that I think might not be right, I think brought in their own stuff. And they were part of the issue. So I and it needs a little bit better control. I agree, not the guard at the door, but it needs a little bit more control. I really think the one thing that we did not do this year that we should not have allowed people to bring in their own tumblers or drinks. I think that was part of the issue as well. Scotty has been wanting my ocean blues. Who's to say it wasn't him? Because I came home with my blue diamonds. And that's it. And less blue diamonds than I took, because I did lose a bunch. And I still want them, damn it. When you finally have enough, you let me know. I just wish the hospitality room opened earlier because I wasn't able to stay late any of the nights this time around. I mean, we can't go too earlier, but we could probably do 7. And I think the other issue is that it opened later than it was supposed to. Have the raffles called in the hallway at 5 ahead of the awards ceremony. See, Jen is amazing. So, all right, we have like 26 people in here. For those of you that are familiar with the Clash, have attended and stuff, and you know the rates and the different packages. If we included some type of food at the award ceremony, would you be willing to pay more? And like, I think it would probably be, and I'm not talking about fancy food, it would probably be at least $50 per person more just to have a basic meal Saturday night. Grant didn't pack up his shrimp till last moment, so he might have took yours. If his were gone, he had a lot of shrimp entered. Yeah. Allow people with show class entries into the banquet with maybe $10 for the first fish entered, and then allow other people to pay 10 to 20 to attend the banquet. It would cost a lot more than that, though. Let me I might be able to pull it up real quick. Yep, here it is. Um, is this it? Oh, I was hoping I could quickly find it. Okay, so it's not in this one. Hmm. Let's see if this is it. Let's try banquet menu. There we go. So for a dinner, so stations, all stations are 1.5 hours of service and serve a minimum of 25 people. These are sides. We could do a pasta station and maybe add some meat for 20 a person. That's not too bad. Um, and then there's an attendant fee of 150. That's not terrible. 40 per person, 45 per person. 46 per person, 38, 38. And that's like buffet style, I believe. If it's a plated dinner, you're looking at like 46. So I was right about 50. And again, this doesn't include drinks or anything. So yeah. All right. It would be more than 10 to 20 a piece though. What's the username of the Bucks County recruitment lady? Susie Q. Susie O'Connor. You all gave vendors more time than I would have, not knowing what they're doing. Yeah. Okay. SVC, welcome in. All right. More than 1 hour to finalize Aquascape Saturday morning. Oh. That's good info. Cap. Um, Banquets are great. I like it if each night you're sat with different people. Nice. They gave me a 30-minute warning, and I afterwards thanked her for letting us play. She was nice about it. We had a record crowd of singers. When it ended at 11, was about to solo. Oh boy. 6 a.m. Okay. I'm catching up. The banquet was perfect in 2022. Interesting. You say you liked that. That was just appetizers, wasn't it? Um, I enjoyed the hospitality room last year. It was great to meet a lot of people, but my hearing is terrible, and worse was certain accents. Last year's hospitality room was just too small. That was the issue. Um, okay. Scrolling down. And a party side, but it didn't quite go the way I hoped. My first year trying. Tanya, uh, uh, I was worried you would take that the wrong way. So it was, how do I word this? We received numerous compliments about it. It was just a select few that you and I will talk about later that created a different vibe a little bit. But some of the stuff that you did definitely we need to do again. We need to do again because you came up with some great ideas that really they worked. Um, Scott enjoyed the hospitality room. I know you did. I wouldn't have music in hospitality room. I agree. And yes, it's a place to sit and have a drink and talk fish with friends. Exactly. Um, Finally tried dumplings and they were delicious. Thank you for that. Now I got to figure out where to go and get dumplings and like what kind of different dumplings are there. I want more. Yeah, I agree, Big Steve. We but it's hard getting them. It's hard getting fish show judges. So this year I think, and those that participated tell me if I'm wrong. I think judging went the quickest this year than it ever has because we had so many judges and we had even more entries. I was very pleased with that. Very, very pleased. And shout out to Sue and Dr. Ted for helping with that task. Jenna is amazing and was overworked. Yes. And we need to change that. It's one of my goals. Some people got TFH in goodie bags. I don't think they were in the goodie bags. They were available for free at the table. Um, and then people put them right away in the goodie bag. I don't think they were put in the goodie bags though. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Um, I'm not afraid of crowds or rambunctious people, but those people weren't my people. Yeah, yeah. I think we needed some a little less dance floor, a little more table. 50 seems steep, but yeah, I'd prefer that. Okay. All the national conventions have an awards banquet as an add-on cost. Okay. Okay. Diane says no one food on one food. Sorry, Diane, I'm not quite following. If we remove raffle announcements from the program, from the award ceremony, yeah, that would be better. I like that idea. Make the banquet optional, maybe 50 seems a bit pricey. Yeah. It would have to be an add-on, but we might need to set a deadline for having that option available. I'd imagine. To make your own package with it, but I heard a couple people make comments about the show being rigged, that the sponsors were winning their sponsor category. No. That's why I announced who the judges were. I think what it is so, for example, if let me think of a good example of a person here. Someone that Killifish, okay? I sponsored multiple Killifish classes because I love Killifish. I'm not that great at them yet. However, I'm getting better. I did win Best Killifish a couple years ago. And I did, place a couple this year. And so, yeah, I'm going to sponsor what I'm passionate about, which is probably going to be what I'm the best at as well. Drop the drink tickets at the food. Yeah, yeah. I would drop the drink tickets to save the clash money and make the VIP tickets include the banquet. Send a text alert for raffles, then maybe people write their numbers on the tickets. I wouldn't have time to eat because award, pack up, show, fish, tear down. Yeah, that's true. Red hot dogs in a microwave. To encourage purchase of banquets, you could do a little like the national conventions and have a special speaker and only at the banquet. Yeah. This is good info. But I'm done with the hospitality room. I bring my own alcohol anyway, and I can be my own party. Nice. Now we're talking. Frozen dinners. No food. The last time a hotel did food, it was horrible. I have food restrictions and allergies like myself, so it would be money wasted for me in the package deal. It's another good point. Include the banquet and have tickets for $50 add-on. Steamed broccoli. Ew. For free in the hospitality room and the cash bar, people have drinks. Yeah, I like that. Less raffles, little trivial raffles. Cans of fish food. Okay. Bring your own filter. Yeah, those filters were not good. Great the year I went. It was an enthusiast event. Half of the joy is the crazy aspect of aquarium events. Yep. I think that's the main thing. Yep. This is good feedback. Heavy appetizer in 2022 was fine and filling, much more affordable. When I helped run the old dancing event, plates were always the biggest expense and risk. Yeah. You need options. You really need options. Welcome in, Cosmin. Good seeing you this weekend. All right. If you want to have table dancers and such for the clash, that's cool. Have a separate room. All right. Much more confident as a judge this year. Great, Steven. That's good to hear. That's really good to hear. Just on the table. Okay. That's what I thought. Let's see. Yeah, I already have that in my notes as well, Nick, about the killifish and stuff and no annuals. Yep. Gina, welcome in, Gina. So good to see you this weekend. Yes, you did dance 10, and I got video of it. Yeah. Um, the judging is a challenge because those who enter fish must abstain from judging. That is true. I will have detailed feedback for Scott. Thank you. Okay. Although I might have missed where you see who submitted what fish, because when I was judging Fundamentals, I had no idea who submitted the fish I was looking at. No, you are correct. The tanks are not labeled at all. The judges, the only way a judge could know who entered a fish in there is if the person showed them or if they saw them putting the fish in. And the judges were not there that much. I took note of that. So a lot of people not use them. Okay. Problem is that manufacturers are not giving large ticket items anymore. More samples. Yep. There you go. Judging was blind. I did not know who entered. Yep. Um. Okay. Let's see. Scrolling down. Okay. Moving down. Instead of 2 levels of tickets, it bring a mix match thing. Add what you want, and don't have to pay for stuff you won't use. Sleeper Barbecue, welcome in. Setting for our soundbar for our TV. Nathan was struggling trying to fix it. I thought he was going to Hulk smash. Oh no. That Nathan, he's a nice guy. Right. I think I'm almost caught up. Todd, welcome in, sir. Uncle Smiley, welcome in. So many people. This is amazing. We're just unloading complaints. All in all, I had a great weekend. Thank you for your. Oh, Steve and everyone, I asked for feedback. I want the feedback. All right. I had no idea. Yeah, see, I mean, there's a lot of judges here. Yeah. As long as all the complaints are about Scotty, it's fine. You got it. Yeah, don't complain about Jenna. Okay. He didn't keep the spawning mob in his head longer. Yes. I hate their freaking elevators. I hate them. Okay. Oh, I thought I was caught up. I got excited. I am caught up. There we go. Constructive criticism should always be welcomed. Bring it on, please. All right. So we talked about the vendor room. Did everyone like the vendor room layout? You like those extra aisles? So those extra aisles, you reduce the number of vendors, but I think it helps with the flow. That was that. Let's see here. The elevators could just indicate what floor. Yeah. A few people brought an entire fish store worth of common livestock. I'm curious what their business plan was. But the elevators are more dependable than the OCA, right? We were on the first floor. The elevators suck. Yep. I think both rooms for the hospitality room should be open, one with music and dancing for the extroverts, the other side for games and talking. Yeah. Like the layout, not too crowded, comfy to walk around. Good. That was the goal. Awesome. Awesome. There's a couple minor changes that I want to do with it, but overall, I want to keep it that way. That's awesome. Um, all right. Did you like the water, lemonade, and tea in the back of the speaker room? By having that in there, did it cause any noise issues? What else? Any other issues with the hotel portion? And what do you think of the speakers? I don't know if it was cheaper for them, but I liked having fish clubs, etc., with tables in the vendor room. It was free for them. Nonprofits were in there for free. Weren't cheaper. I would suggest it to raise awareness. Yeah, no, it's free. Oh, chat is hopping on me. I gotta scroll up. Yeah, hotel slacked. I talked about that with the sales director when I was leaving yesterday. If we had to pay for that, the least they could do was keep it filled like they were supposed to. Yep. Fish show placement. I miss show. Spreading out the tanks and fish show placement. I missed the talks. Well, Steve, there was plenty of time. You had all day Friday to do it. I think the layout of the vendor room was incredible. Good. Were plotted out so squarely, a true work of art. That crew should be commended. Thank you for your help, Todd. Restaurant needed to be open more. I'm pretty sure the restaurant is a manpower issue. I do want to add it. I mean, the feedback helps, but we're charging retail. Fish should be a little cheaper. Otherwise, why did I pay for admission? Yeah. Okay. The water, tea, lemonade were a lifesaver. Good. It was hard to hear the auctioneer in the room with the bags. In danger of missing items if you walked over to take a second glance. I want to do more with the sound system. That mic system sucked. Weren't enforced, like minimum bids and limits on the amount of the same things being submitted. We definitely did our best to enforce them leading up to the auction. The day of is a little tough, but I didn't see many. Like I think it was 3 per type. There may have been a couple lots that were 4 or 5, But overall, it was better than having 20 bags of duckweed entered by one person. Minimum bids. I honestly forget what the rule was about minimum bids, but let me know. Let me know what I missed. Around the vendor room with snacks and water. Yep. Breaks, and I imagine I'm pretty. Yep. We're a lifesaver. It was a life. Yep. Ha. I wanted to get the Rasta pasta, but they ran out of chicken. The tape was a major pain. I really was hoping you'd use the chalk. It was requested, and then it didn't get used. Maybe a map. I didn't know where there was lemonade available, and also walked almost all the way around the hotel looking for food trucks, but not at the phone. With Saturday food trucks. The food truck, they didn't show. Jenna, how many were scheduled? Wasn't it like 4? And only 2 showed up? 3. 3 showed up. Saturday, no, that was Friday. Friday, there was like 4 scheduled, 3 showed up. Saturday, there was 3 scheduled, 1 showed up. Very hard to see shrimp on top shelf. I had to get a stool. I don't even want to hear it. How do you think I felt trying to put the damn things in there? The announcer for the auction was fantastic for that last half. Loved her. That Kelly Foreman, she's a nice lady. Um. Oh, the rule listed was no minimum bid? So then. Oh. I apologize. I think I know what happened. There was the feature on auction.fish was turned off, but they typed it in and I did not follow it. That is my bad. I apologize. And I don't like minimum bids. The registering as buyer online was confusing for people with the QR codes, and website made it sound like just sellers needed to register, and folks were having trouble with Signal doing it in line. Okay. Could have a minimum bid of 10, but we didn't have any mail-ins. There's supposed to be 4 each day. 4 each day, that's what I thought. No one was by the receiver to adjust the levels most of the time. Opened at the same time as the first talk started, is what I was meaning, and I had brung more entries, so I missed some of it. Maybe open fish show entries an hour earlier than the talks. Really? Let me look at this. Ow! It's my toe! Get! Go! Go! The heck? Oh, the schedule's gone? I thought it did open an hour early. I really did. And you had all day to do it. The 2 sold out of all their food that early and asked if they can please come back next year because they were so successful. Yeah. The Daphnia guy does often ignore the minimum bid rules. I haven't seen anyone correct him at the club auctions either where that is a rule. So it's not a class specific thing, happens a lot. Auction was over at 547, I think. Let me look. The last lot sold at, I thought I put it on my notes. Or I typed it up here. Hold on. Yep, 547. Which was really good. We had a lot of runners, which really helped. All right, so good feedback to remove the top row. And with the use of critter keepers and stuff like that, we can put them on tables. We can do that. Yeah, Nick, I hate minimum bids, and I should have just ignored it if I forgot we had that rule. I want to see Suharki bid against Jody P. Battle. Oh, Jesus. Tim. Hi, Tim. There's Jennifer Silverman. Fish price and admission price are two totally separate things. The heck are you talking about? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay. That was Scotty's toe, but my eardrum. Sorry, Sue. It hurt. Okay. Tim is home at 5 tonight. Nice. Yeah, and Tim, that's on or Nick, that's exactly what happened. Exactly. But I should have been better at that. Audio troubles. Yep. Having screen versus announcer misalignment and the political comments by the auctioneer. I missed that. It's yeah. It's hard because we have to get auctioneers, and there's not that many people that auctioneer, and every auctioneer has their own style, and an opinion, and every auctioneer has their flaws, and I have my own, you know. Um, a year last year, the year before, I forget when it was. Um, someone dropped the F bomb in a very joking way, and the person that the F bomb was jokingly going towards was fine. The person that it was in reference to, or it was the parties involved were fine, but some person complained and made a huge stink about it. The person shouldn't have dropped the F bomb. The person apologized for it, and it was not a big deal. But it offended one person beyond belief who's a total bitch about it. Another one that, I know him, I know how he talks, I know how his personality is. However, Some people don't care for him, but he's an auctioneer. We need auctioneers. Some are better than others. Some are faster than others. Some get better money for lots than others. And it's tough. And yeah, Laura says that they give a gift card and stuff, but you need quality over quantity as well. And if we just say, hey, we'll give you a gift card, everybody and their mother will sign up, which isn't necessarily a good thing either. Nick says, I really want to learn to auctioneer. Yes, please. Please. Absolutely. And like auctioneers got to do their different increments. Going in a dollar increment just takes forever. I usually do, and you got to read the room. You got to see what people are into and what fish they're into, and take it from there. You don't have to start every lot at $2. If you know that an item is going to sell for $100, start it off at 20. You should always start it off higher, and sometimes people jump at it, sometimes they don't. If they don't jump at it, you lower it down. I could go on about auctioneering forever. All right, let me catch up. We don't, Nick. We don't, but maybe we need to. Yes. And everybody up there auctioneering, they're all nice people. It's just sometimes something slips. Moms are starting to line up to work for gift cards. To do it. Oh, okay. I see, Laura. An auctioneer webinar for next year. I like what you're cooking there, Jenna. Ooh, excuse me. I really think auctioneering is something you got to practice at before doing it at a big event. I think if we have knowledgeable announcers to guide pronunciations and opening bids, auctioneers will be easier to find. Yeah. And that is one of my downfalls when I'm auctioneering is I suck at the cichlid names. I suck at them. And the tetras as well. So that's why I asked Alan and Kelly to announce. Because they both mispronounced a couple, but they did a hell of a better job than I would ever do, and I appreciate that. So, his pronounced, but Branton, if we have an announcer, you don't need to be able to say the name. Hell, as many of you know, and it would say, okay, that fish, let's go, do blah, 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 and go on from there. Did an awesome job auctioneering. You move stuff fast. Thank you. Appreciate that. That was my goal. All right. So I think we covered the clash. Let's talk about the auction specific. Where did I put it? There it is. I don't want to share my screen because I don't, on some of this stuff, there is some confidential stuff. So what we have is users who bought or sold at least one item, 104. There were 148 total users. There were 775 total lots, but 35 of them were unsold, which is probably that they didn't show up actually. And so there were 740 sold lots. So we started at 11:30. To be exact, 11:37. So 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 5.5 hours. Right? Wait, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 hours. So we did more than 100 lots per hour. Perfect. Average price of lots sold was $10. I think that's really good. The highest was 401. There was one that went for 300 something. There's still some stuff that needs to be confirmed and adjusted. However, I will say that the Clash portion, we were very successful. I think the sellers that brought stuff were very successful as well. 103 lots sold for $9 or $10 a piece. 66 lots went for above $40. And only 36 lots went for $1 or $2. It was a good auction. It was a really good auction. Excuse me. Oh, that's not where I wanted to go. What did I get? How do I find this out? I'm still learning what's it called? Auction.fish. I need to switch accounts, I think. Sign in. No, it's not that one. Oh, let's do this one. Let's see. There we go. Also, before I forget to mention, this upcoming Sunday is the Northeast Council annual auction. It's looking to be good. There are already 107 lots. It's in Chicopee, Massachusetts. I am going, and I will be an auctioneer. And you know what? Let me share my screen. We need to look at this real quick. Go this button, maybe? Yes. So more of the Black Prince Gudeids. Let's see if I can figure out who's bringing them. No, it's not the same person. A trio of Epistococcotoides. Orange Flash, 12 Red Sequoia Neos, Albino Corys, Schultz, Black Schultz Eyes, Helvochromis Culture, German peacocks, OB peacocks, whatever these thingies are, and these thingies. Bolivian orange lemon tetras, nice. Pineapple swordtails. Nick, there's your Sarah polo shirt you love. These are all donations. The best one is lot number 1. L181. What's that? Let's see if it says. Nope. That ain't a fancy, or that's not a regular pleco. That's a fancy one. A false zebra pleco. Look at that. Crayfish. C123. Brindle worm culture. White worm culture. Blue shrimp. And 2 pairs of blue galaris. I should catch up in chat. Oh God, I'm behind. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Anything scientific? Well, yep. I always appreciate Scotty starts items off at a higher price than most auctioneers are brave enough to. Thank you. Kudos on Scotty Auctioneering. Thank you. Always laugh when they say this fish is incredible, amazing. You won't find it. Start at $2. Yeah. Get Fish Tank Barn to auctioneer. Oh, really? See, I didn't even know that. I need to put that in my notes. Okay. He'll be there next year. He did a Big Fish Deal. Slight inside joke. If you didn't see that drama from Big Fish Deal, he got heckled for not being perfect by one guy. Did not. But was he a good auctioneer? I got my first cichlid for fish room fish with local. It's a convict. Huh. Can we do a do-over on that auction now that I feel better? I want some steal deals I heard about, right? Cosman says whatever that fish is went for $300. Some went for more than retail. Yep. If you want to add on optional Thursday day trip to Longwood Gardens, I will arrange a charter bus and tickets. Ted, it sounds like a great idea, but it sounds like more work. But remind me in time. Not now. We'll talk about it. I know there's interest in a bus trip. At least one lot went for $401. Yep. Corey Doris. Starting too low is not a good strategy. Correct. Fireball Corey's. There you go. Jody P got him. Jody P shall not be outbid. Yep. Yeah. Cat. I love Longwood. What a great place. Yep. And see, here's that. This is a good point. If we have alternative stuff for people to do, they're not going to volunteer because we already have an issue getting volunteers. For example, we had a wedding Friday night. That took away a lot of our volunteers. And if we do a Longwood trip on Thursday and you'll coordinate it, and I'm sure you would go to it, Ted, then I lose you for doing raffles. And heck, I would want to go myself, you know? There you go. Okay, you corrected yourself. Thanks. um, yeah, those Black Prince Cadets were beautiful. We would have to arrive Wednesday night. That's what we do. Yeah. I'm wearing a Sarah shirt right now, no doubt. There is a website you can see all the fish in the auction on. Yes. Now, I'm going to say this, Scuba, but this is not directed at just you. This is directed at about 300 people, okay? 300 people that were at the Clash this weekend. People do not read our website. All of the times of the fish show, the times of the vendor room, the times the vendors can set up, the website for the auction, the rules of the auction, all of this stuff is on the website. And then we announce it on Facebook that it's on the website and give you links. And this website is amazing because you can see, like I was just sharing for the NEC auction, that's the website we use. I like the idea of side trips. They're always a big hit. Yeah. Yeah. The problem is we don't have enough help. Um, am I going? Is it not on the website? The what? It's already. Maybe. Hold on. Can I? Nope. I can't get to it. If I know it was on the website, I know it was on Facebook. Hold on. I can probably find it on Facebook. I just want to make sure I'm not going crazy here. Come on, phone. Here we go. I'm gonna need a new phone soon, I think. There it is. September 22nd. And I know it was before then too. There's the link directly to it and everything. It has the link to go to auction.fish right on Facebook. So that means it was also on Instagram. It was also on the website. It was in the auction rules as well. I don't know what else we can do to put the information out there. I know it was out on social media at least twice, if not more. And it was on the website for a long time as well. Has its pros and cons. Yeah. I wouldn't want to do an online auction for the Clash. I would not want to. Wedding volunteering was another example of miscommunication too. Someone came out and complained no one helped, but then we were also told to get out. Don't have to go home, but can't stay here. Well, nobody should have been complaining about volunteering for the wedding. Yes, Sue Harkey, read. We had signs that had a QR code to the website. Print the schedule on the back of the name cards. If we could get it to fit, we'd have to play with that. Not a bad idea, though. Join auction button. It'll be better next year. No, now people know. Yeah. And it was our first year using this. Ted should sing the Clash schedule on Thursday night. Nice. Okay, caught up. All right, auction. Let's see. I don't know if I'm going to have an easy way to do this. I want to highlight the big stuff. I don't know if there's a good way to do that, though. Oh, here we go. All right. So there were some steals, and then there was some stuff that it's like, why did it go so high? For example, a 65-gallon tank with a built-in overflow, $25. That's a steal. A 29-gallon tank with a stand, $20. That's a steal. A 15-gallon tank went for the same price as a 65-gallon. It's insane. And a 20-gallon went for $35. These prices are crazy. Let's see. Here's a 20 that went for 28. Let's see here. I'm not even. This fish went for $60, 6 of them, but I can't figure out how to say it. I'm not even gonna try. A bag of Anacris, $22. It's insane. Breeder Swordtail Group, $32. Trio of the Black Prince Gudaids, $75. Some fish went for some good money, that's for sure. A young Pelvicochromis Drakenfelsy, maybe pair, $50. Okay, so this is one Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't remember what the exact rule is, but I feel like that was too much, too many lots. And it shows in the price. You got $35, $50, $35, $32, $40. If there was less, you probably could have gotten more money. All right. What I'll try to do is, because there's 32 more, over 32 pages, or maybe it's 32, but maybe we'll do it on another stream. I should have started that earlier. Um, okay. There was a big poster of the schedule in the beginning, but it disappeared. Really? All right. You want out of 600 lots, you're not coming, right? And it was 740, Sue. Get your numbers right. Geek Boy, can you believe that little dumpling eating emperor called me a dick this year? Yep. Why would you highlight the big stuff? The short stuff needs attention too. True story. Um, Sort by price. Can I do that? Oh, here, I can export. Is it doing it? There it goes. I got it. You're a genius. Let's see if this works. Yes. Okay. And then I can share my screen too. I can delete these. I can make that bigger and make that bigger. And then we're going to sort it. Where's that button at? Sort. Largest to smallest. There we go. All right, here we go. Now I need to go over here. I need to share screen. Well, where is it? Oh, wait, I need to share window. There it is. There we go. All right. So, the highest item were the fireball quarries. Next is the CW38. We'll just go with that. It was a breeding group of them, went for 300. The first place aquascaping tank went for 155. CW 133 went for 140. This thing went for 100. The Episto went for 85. Yeah, I've been wanting these Iphophorus Montezumis, but not for that price. I'm not saying it's not worth it. It's just I ain't paying it. So it looks like Epistos and Corydorus were the high selling items, really. There's that trio of the Gudaids, the Axolotls, of course. Yeah, the Montezumas, Xiphophoruses. Epistos, yep. That was some good money. I think a lot of these items that went for this money up here were Mitchell Brooms and Mike House. I think a lot of these were theirs. Miscellaneous mixed lots of plants, $55. Holy moly. Was that the Fish Fam Link bag? I mean, look at how many bags of fish went for $50 or more. Like that's quality fish. This is insane. Aphyosemian Australia orange is $45. That's crazy that they went for that much. That's crazy. I mean, the blue Galeras for 50, yeah, that makes sense. But Australians, $45, you can get them things for $12. Crazy. I mean, look how many went for 40 and 45. This is nuts. And yes, people, I bought this. I bought this pair of fish. I need to go make sure they're still alive. I spent $40 for a pair of fish. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. There's some interesting prices here. Clown killies, $35. It's crazy. Packy Panchex play fry, a pair, $35. They're a little harder to find, but they're actually not a care species because they're relatively available. Well, I take that back. They're not Madagascan. P82s, we can't give these away at the local clubs. $30 for a pair of Gardner Eye P82s. It's insane. I could pay $6 for those at the local club. So some of these prices, it's crazy. But I'm not complaining. Crazy. Look at these. Let's go down to some of the steals because I think John Select Pet would probably appreciate that. All right. Ram's horn snails. That was just stupid. Amazon sword plant, $2. Brown bristlenose 2. There's probably one up above that went for like 20. Black Moscow guppies, $3. Java moss, $3. There's probably a bag up above that went for 40. Neon sky blue endlers, $4. That's a good price. Mickey Mouse Platies, $4. I got one of them, I think. There was some stuff that was going so cheap, I bought it. I'll take it to NEC auction this weekend and maybe make even more. I got the red wag platies for $4. That's what it was. Whole bag of them. It was more than 4. I'll tell you this good day, Xenotoka Dodrii. They're just the market is saturated with them. This one, I don't know what that Xiphophorus is, but I'm sure it's worth more than $4. Ooh, excuse me. This was my BAP entry, 6 Limia Islay, $4. It went for a lot more up above. Yeah, see, there's so many bags of Xenotoka Dodrii. There was no way you were going to make good money off of them. So I fought for Hellerite, whole bag of fry, $5. I bought them. I think I got like 2 or 3 bags. I should be able to make all that money back plus some at the clubs. Definitely some good deals. All right. I'm going to try to catch up in chat and then end the stream. That was Jennifer Weaver's 65-gallon tank too. Yes, it was. Most of the tanks were Jennifer Weaver's. All the Pleco caves, a lot of the decorations. For Ellis Soma Gilbert, I went for like $30. That was a steal. Because of transportation hauling them. Yeah, that's true. Some of them were rimless or old-fashioned ones. Yep. But we left for a long drive home. How much did Vibes' house go for? Nice to see the annual Killy pairs do okay. Yeah. The transvestitis were steals. It's because there were too many of them. Has the Clash ever done a mystery box like the ACA does? Announce it for charity or conservation or even full help for the club. Make it a tradition so you can buy the box each year. It's a good idea. I did not end up getting my towel. Never made it back into the vendor room. Would splitting the auction up, doing some Friday night maybe help? Some of the folks that have to leave early could help bid that stuff up too. Not a bad idea. Which hill streams? I didn't even notice which ones, but I'm sure it was Jody. During the first 2 hours. Yeah, and we usually try to do all of the donations first, which did not happen either. We need someone to manage the auction, all aspects of the auction. If I knew Montezuma's would go for that, I would have brought some of mine, right? Peacock Gudgeons did better than I expected. You don't see them in that many auctions around here. Australia's look dope. 30 to 35 here all day. Wow, really? Laura, I did the same thing with my Sulawesi shrimp. I got to redo them. It went for 5. Jesus. Can I put Blue Galaris in my community tank? I wouldn't. But you can. I can buy shell dwellers in parts of Ohio for 50 cents each. Yeah. They usually go cheap here too. A lot of the value because YouTubers brought attention to them and more people got them, and yeah. Yep. Tom definitely saturated the market with them. Yeah, thank you, Nick. I love auctions. All right. Oh, wow. I dropped down to 6 people. I went from 40 to 6. All right. Well, it is time to end it. That's for sure. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for who helped with the clash. Thank you to everyone that attended the clash, supported the clash. It was we don't have the final numbers yet, but we are pretty confident it was successful for the clubs, which is what this event is about. It is a fundraiser um, for the clubs, and it worked, and we appreciate it. Um, thank you, to everyone that helped. It's a lot of work, but it's for a good cause. I hope to see some of you Sunday at the NEC auction. It'll be a good time. Um, I am vice president of the NEC, and um, there's some new leaders, and we want to bring it back to how it used to be in the future. And we're hoping this will be a stepping stone to that. So yeah, try to make it up. It starts, doors open at 9. I think it starts at 11, and we'll probably be done before dinner. So, hope to see you, and thank you for being here. And again, thank you for everyone for making the clash successful. Have a good night.